Hey Magic fans, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about how do you ship cards on eBay, TCG Player, anywhere else that you may go. So make sure that your card gets there okay, in good shape. You meet company standards and policies and procedures so you don't get chargebacks or you get in trouble from those you sell through, so forth and so on. Because it can be pretty bad when you're actually selling and then you get into a bad situation where the store hits you with a cashback or a chargeback or a refund fee. It really bumps into your profit margins. So what I'm going to do today is I have a card here I've sold to a patron through my eBay store. I will not be showing you obviously the email address of the patron. So when I package it into the envelope will be face down. So what I have here is my blank envelope, just to kind of give you guys an idea of the envelopes that I use. This is your basic basically 6 4x4 envelope. You can get them at Walmart. They cost about $1.19 for 100. It's pretty cheap. They're easy to use. So that's the envelope we'll be using. So today's card, Righteous Valkyrie. Sold this for $1.25. Made a decent profit on it. If you guys want to check out what that profit was, see my other video on how to sell on eBay and make money. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up of what I do. Now, remember guys, this is not something for everybody. This is kind of a love for me. I love dealing with these cards. I love opening these packs. And to do that, I need to get money back because opening packs is great, but it's like playing a lottery, right? You know, you can play the lottery forever, but if you don't win and make money back, who wants to do that? So this is the card we're going to use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pack inside our penny sleeve. This is your basic penny sleeve, costs 1 cent. So put it inside the penny sleeve like so. Now the reason you want to do this is I just do this because it's nice, because going in and out of a top loader, which I'm getting ready to use, can actually cause damage to the card from scraping, especially foils. Even cheap foils that I sell for $1.25, I put them in a penny sleeve just so that when the patron gets them, they're nice, cheap, and even though they're cheap, they still look good. They got the sheen to them. There's no scratches. So next, we have our top loader. Now what I do is I slide it normally in the top like this. If you have some sleeves that may be tighter, you can flip it upside down and put it face down, which is a little better. But most of the things that I package, this is how I packaged. Put it in there like this. I then try to open it up a little bit and just push it down all the way so it's in there nice and even like so. Now, next thing we need to do, we need to tape the top of the sleeve, or the top of the top loader. Because during shipping, it's very violent, and this will protect it a lot. But that card inside there, as you know, if things happen, that card is going to start to slide out, as you can see. So what needs to happen is when you put it in there, you can even tap it a little bit. Make sure it's nice and flat on the bottom. Take a small piece of tape, about like so. Blue carpenter tape's a little better, but this is just some cheap tape, which is also usable. And just put a little tab, so only a little bit's on there. But what you want to do, the key here, squeeze the top tight and then wrap it over. Because what that does is, if you can look there, if I get the camera to zoom in on it for you, you can see that there's no gaps in the edge, and that's going to keep that card in there, as you can see, from going too far. It's actually going to stop it. Keeps it from coming out, keeps it from damaging the top edge. And main thing you want to always do is make sure you push flat on this so there's nothing sticky on there. That way anything sticky doesn't get on the card, because that could actually ruin the card. You'll have to refund your buyer or send them a new card. So now that we got this, I would take my envelope, return address here, put your stamp here, and then write their address. Now, the reason I do that first is because if you put the card in this envelope first and then you write on the envelope, there's a possibility you could indent into the card even though it's in a plastic sleeve and cause damage to it, and you don't want to do that, especially with high dollar cards. So please be careful and make sure that once you package this, you then write this. Another reason I do it in that order is I package what I'm supposed to ship and then write the envelope. That way I know exactly what goes into the envelope after it's been written. So now with that said, I'm going to grab this envelope very carefully and put it face down so you can't see anything. So this envelope on the front has everything done to it, needs to be done. What I do is I open it up, slide the card in nice and easy like so, make sure it's nice and centered. Now the card will probably slide around in there, but you want to get it as centered as possible, because what I do then is, I'm not going to show you this, let me lick this envelope real quick. Alright, that's disgusting. So, lick your envelope, seal your envelope. Now, this may not always work. So another thing that I do just to ensure safety of my card is I take a small piece of tape, like so, and I tape the corner where it meets here along the side that I sealed. Just like so. And then I do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. That way, even if the seal isn't good enough, or I didn't lick it good enough, or the glue on there isn't holding right, it still stays sealed during the shipping process. So get this over here out of the way so you can't see the address. Tape is something I don't put in my prices. I consider this kind of a negligible cost. Because for 50 cents, you may get a roll and it may last for, 500 things, which may be less than a penny. So I keep this as a negligible cost. And these are really easy tape rolls like this to get that are, really cheap, especially on sale. Pro tip, go after Christmas. These things are on sale like crazy and stock up because, everybody needs to wrap up packages. And then after that's over with, there's all this extra tape laying around. You can go get them for pennies on the dollar. It's ridiculous, which is, matter of fact, where this one comes from, which is why it's blue. So the other way you can do it too is, as I mentioned in my other video, you can actually get a 91-cent eBay tracking basically stamp paid for and made. The downfall is you have to print it off on your own printer, so your printer will eat up some of your fees because of ink and electricity, things like that. Once again, I consider that kind of negligible, just to a couple pennies. Because also I don't use it very often because it's actually cheaper to use stamps unless it's a higher dollar value card. And when you do that, what you'll have to do is make sure that when you print it off, don't print in portrait. I think it's the landscape. Well, whichever way it is, that it makes it print smaller so that you can actually cut it off and it fits right here in your envelope. Just make sure that you tape across it nice and good so it stays sealed. Good piece of tape across the back once again. And then there you have it. You have an envelope with tracking for a high dollar card that you can make sure gets delivered so you don't get a chargeback or a dispute or something causing you to lose the card and all the money. So I hope that helps you guys out today on how to package through eBay or TCG Play or anywhere when you ship these kind of cards. Feel free to like and subscribe. Anything you can do to help support the channel is greatly appreciated. If you have any other tips that maybe I haven't thought of in any of these videos, please feel free to put them down in the comment section and I'll make a remark on it. Because once again, everybody's got their own tips and tricks and things that you can use. Some things work for some people better than other people. So once again, guys, thanks a lot. And as always, be kind.